Hey everybody, KC here. So there was a really good piece in the Wall Street Journal last weekend about wine ruts. And the idea was that, listen, everybody gets into a rut when it comes to the things they like to drink. And sometimes instead of trying new things, they stick with the tried, the true, the things that make them feel good. And the point of the article is sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. It's not such a great thing if you completely cut yourself off from new things. But on the other hand, one person's wine rut is another person's comfort wines, right? Sometimes we have wines that we connect to, that resonate with us simply because they remind us of a place, a time, a person, whatever it happens to be. And I got to be honest, I can totally understand what they're talking about. We have a couple of wines that we always have in-house. We have a lot of wines that we always have in-house, but two of them are wines that really I connect to emotionally. And the first one is this Albarino. This happens to be a Martin Kodak's, really affordable, right? It's about 14 bucks. And I first had Albarino when I was in the northwest part of Spain. I was in a port town called Vigo. I was working on a video project. We got done for the day, late afternoon. Everybody was starving. And the cameraman said, hey, listen, I know a great place. We should go. So my producer and I went with the crew. We went to this place. It wasn't a fancy restaurant, but it was unbelievable. It was on the water. And I remember two things about it. One is I had this amazing black squid ink pasta, right? Piled high with seafood, shrimp and scallops and lobster. And it was amazing. And I had my first glass of Albarino, okay? Albarino is actually grown in that part of Spain. I'd never had it before. It was really, really cold, and it was really refreshing with that meal. And since then, we always have Albarino at home, right? Because it goes with a lot of different kinds of things, goes really, really well with spicy food. And every time I drink it, I think back to that meal. It makes me feel good. And the other wine we have in the house a lot is a Chiaretto. We always have a Chiaretto around. And I love Chiaretto. And the first time I had Chiaretto, I was in Portland. It was one of the summers that I was teaching at Portland State. I went to this great little Italian restaurant in the Pearl District called Piazza Italia. And I had spaghetti al tonno. And spaghetti, it's basically spaghetti with tuna. But it's so much more than that name would imply. It's got a little bit of anchovies, some capers. It's so, so good. And we ordered a bottle of the Chiaretto, which the waiter recommended. Again, really, really cold, and it was spectacular. So now, I always have Chiaretto around the house because I love it. And, sometimes I'll even try and make spaghetti al tonno. It's not quite as good as Piazza Italia, although I'm getting closer. So these, in so many ways, are comfort wines, right? I connect to them emotionally. And there's other wines we have around like that. Pinot Noirs from the Willamette Valley, wines like that. But that's a really good thing to do. And really good merchants will figure out what are the comfort wines, and by the way, the comfort foods for your customers. So you can figure out a way to talk to them differently about the foods and wines, and beers for that matter, that they are buying and they're enjoying at home. You can connect to them in a different kind of way. But it doesn't just have to be about the comfort of old things. It can also be about the comfort of discovering new things, because that can be a positive experience as well, which is why, in addition to having these wines in the house, we belong to a wine club, right? In fact, I just got this month's wine club shipment in. It's three bottles from a local vintner, and it's terrific. There's a Syrah, and there's a blend from Sicily, and then there's a Chianti. And I'm really looking forward to trying these because I like all these kinds of wines. And it gets me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but not so far that I dread the idea of opening the bottles. In fact, I don't know what I'm going to make tonight, but I'm probably going to open one of these bottles. I'm thinking a nice shrimp and lobster risotto. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. I hope you have a great weekend. And by the way, if you have a comfort wine, a wine that you always have around the house, if you feel like it, drop me a line. Tell me what it is. I'd love to post some of those on Morning Newsbeat. As always, I want to know what's on your mind.